reopened on a bustling corporate office in Cleveland. Today is supposed to be Nelson Hebert's big day. The promotion he's been chasing for years, complete with expectations of prestige, power, and a future tied to the boss's daughter. But when the announcement goes the other way, Nelson's frustration explodes into a dramatic outburst. A storms out, determined to confront his boss privately. But tragedy awaits him in silence as he discovers something far worse than rejection. Nelson walks into his boss's office and finds the man dead, a knife in his neck. Blood, panic, and disbelief. In sheer horror, Nelson removes the knife, leaving himself covered in evidence. At least that's what he feels, thinking everyone will assume he's the murderer. He locks eyes with a future he never intended, that of a fugitive. In a moment of spiraling paranoia, Nelson flees the scene. Every car, horn, every passing uniform feels like danger, even though the truth lies far from his thoughts. Nelson's escape begins with aimless panic. He grabs what he can cash ID and a trucker map and heads out toward the border, imagining flashing lights in his rearview mirror at every turn. But here's the twist. The police already know the real killer's identity from surveillance cameras. Nelson's fear is built on assumption, not fact. As he drives toward Mexico, he bumps into a series of bizarre encounters. An oblivious motel clerk, clueless locals, one odd hitchhiker after another. It's as if every corner of his path is a slapstick roadblock, designed to slow him down and raise his blood pressure. Unbeknownst to Nelson, the true killer, a cunning and silent predator, is also heading toward the border on the exact same route, and to nobody's advantage. A lackluster detective named Lynn is pursuing the real killer in his own half-hearted way, more interested in using the case as an excuse for fancy dinners and Broadway shows than actual police work. Add these together: the real killer, the oblivious detective, and an increasingly paranoid Nelson, and you have a perfect churn of chaos. Each encounter between these three men shifts from coincidence to comic misunderstanding to outright confusion. Nelson's journey becomes a montage of escalating absurdities. He tries disguises that make him stick out more, changes his name in motel registers to bizarre pseudonyms, and narrowly escapes being mistaken for a madman at every rest stop. In one unforgettable sequence, he tries to sneak past a train crossing only to end up dangling from the undercarriage of a passing freight. A scene so physical it pulls laughter and tension in equal measure. Along the road, Nelson meets Lynn, a sweet but slightly narcoleptic farm girl with a simple way of life. Their collision of storylines is both unexpected and important. Hers grounded in slow rural calm, his a speeding ball of paranoia. A connection forms between them. Lynn sees past Nelson's frantic escape into something more human. A man utterly lost, but not truly dangerous. Their bond becomes a short-lived oasis in Nelson's desert of mistaken identity and growing exhaustion. Just as Nelson starts to relax, the real killer crosses their path again. A silent, menacing force who mistakes Nelson for a government agent. In the blink of an eye, both Nelson and Lynn are taken hostage, thrust into a remote shack, with only a few options. Fight back, reason with their captor, or wait and hope the detective finally arrives. The tension between the killer's silent menace and Nelson's frantic ineptitude creates one of the film's funniest, yet most suspenseful sequences. A comedy thriller collision worthy of the title's dark humor. Just when all seems lost, Detective Lynn finally shows up, not with guns blazing, but with an air of baffled incompetence. Through a series of missteps and happy accidents, the police finally apprehend the real murderer. Nelson, exhausted, misunderstood, and still unconvicted, is cleared. The real truths unravel, and the pressure valve of panic deflates in a wave of relief and awkward sheepishness. In the final moments, Nelson reflects on his insane road trip, from corporate climber to accidental fugitive to accidental hero. He's learned one thing: life isn't worth sprinting from your problems. Lynn, now at his side, persuades him to leave behind the rat race entirely. They walk away together toward a quieter life, a comedy of errors finally reaching its peaceful conclusion. Subscribe to this channel for more and interesting movies recap. And don't forget to give us a like for more videos.